are you? How many more calls do you have? Do you still have a lot? Do you still have a little? How are you feeling? Just like give us the update with where you are at. And how are you feeling? How is give me the energy level. Are we fired up? Are we tired? Are we somewhere in between fired up and tired? Let me know. And I'll say this every time. Please talk back to us. We like our trainings to be a conversation. I don't want to just talk at people. So please talk to me. Talk to me. Don't make me sit here and talk to myself. Okay, Lauren is over it. I get it. Mel has no more calls. Carolyn's somewhere in between, feeling hopeful and ready for Friday. My daughter, my 7-year-old, just was like, I'm so excited for Friday because she has pajama day. And she has pajama day Friday. She's got pajama day Tuesday. So she is ready. Okay, our straight to the top masterminders are fired up still, fired up for 2026. So fired up. December has been huge. 2026 looking even better. Ready for a rest. One more day. Oh, Azul, hello. And you're almost there. You're so close. Lizel, hopeful, pumped, excited, finishing my snapshot. Oh my goodness. Vanessa, you came in and you are like ready to go. Amazing. Okay, so we're gonna oops, I'm forwarding my slides when I didn't mean to. We're gonna my intention with this, and I'm doing it again. My intention with this really is to just show you what we have been working on for this year. And I feel like this is like the culmination since we have been in business since 2011. Business used to look a lot different, which I'll give you insight to. But overall, my intention here is that you can just see, I just want you to, number one, have fun with me on this training. I want you to see the opportunity and the possibility. And Dan and I say, we do our podcast, The Shift Show, on the couch every single week. And we just say, there is just so much opportunity out there if you look for it and if you line up with it. My most favorite thing to talk about, we live in New York, we're on Long Island. Dan and I, on Wednesdays, we go out for coffee, and we went to Roosevelt Field Mall today, and there was a literal line outside of Hermes. So if you ever need to know that people are spending money, please come to Garden City, New York, go to Roosevelt Field and look at, on a Wednesday, smack in the middle of the day, not even during Christmas season because it happens all year, there's a line at Hermes and people are spending money. So we're going to walk you through this. I just want you to know that sales do get to be easier and faster in 2026. And I'm going to show you what we see and what we have been studying for the past year, especially, but really for the past 5 years. Oh, Lauren, do you know Garden City? Are you a Long Islander as well? So again, talk back to me because I really want to get a pulse on where you are at. I know for a lot of people, this year felt different. I know for a lot of people, there was a shift felt. So let me know in the chat if you felt that shift and what that shift was like. So what were some of those things this year for you? I know for some people, it's I used to be able to throw up a piece of content and it would get likes, comments, sales, and it shifted. Or I used to do a launch and it used to crush, and now the same launch doesn't work as well. So let me know in the chat what those things were for you. Biz has grown. Oh, Carolyn. Wow. I have that in a slide here. Biz has grown, but I've been hustling for every sale. So what has that? Oh my gosh, Mineola, so close to us. So what has that been like for you? What are the big things that have shifted for you this year? What used to work that didn't work anymore? Just tell me in the chat. And the thing that I want you to know is we hear it all. I just want you to know, and we're big proponents of just feeling your feelings and normalizing everything. There's nothing you could say to us that we haven't experienced or that we haven't experienced with a client. So if you're feeling any sense of being alone, like you're the only one, or if you're feeling a little shame how things are going, then I want to just normalize that a little bit for you. And I think it's really important to put yourself out there in the chat too, because you're not alone. And we have heard this so many times this year. So there's nothing bad or wrong or broken with you. And this is how a lot of people feel. Like Carolyn just said it. There's nothing worse than getting to the end of the year and feeling like you worked so freaking hard for every single sale. There's nothing worse than that, where you're just like, yeah, the sales came in, but I'm exhausted. And is this even worth it? And I know if you're here, you are the expert of experts. You are the one who gets people results. You're often the one that people come to after they've tried so many things. So why isn't your audience seeing you as the one? And why isn't your audience jumping in to your programs immediately? That's what we really have to figure out. And that's what Dan and I have studied, because we see people like this all the time. And trust me, I've been in business since 2011. I have seen it all. I have been through it all. I have I have a mountain of failures that I have, and flops and things that didn't sell in the past 14, 15 years. Like, trust me, I get it. So what's the difference between you and the person who is able to sell seemingly, because we don't know, over and over and over again? So there is a very real thing that people are trusting less, yet there's people who are spending more. There's no shortage of money, like line at Hermes, lines like we went into Apple today, literal line out the door of people just lining up just to talk to someone. So there's no shortage of money, but some people are selling so easily. And then for others, it's exhausting. And for just quality of life purposes, I know for me, when I'm exhausted, I'm not as good of a parent. Like, anyone else relate to that? I know when I'm exhausted or when I feel like everything is really hard, I'm have a little bit less patience with my kids. I'm a little bit snappier. I look at things a little bit more like glass half empty. Maybe I'm like, why? It's like the thing where something hard happens and you're like, why is everything a mess? Why is this house such a mess? Like, all of a sudden the house is like messier from your perspective just because you're having a hard day at work. And quality of life, like for us, like at Elevated, our mission is to help you grow wildly profitable and wildly fun businesses that have a quality of life that you're feeling excited and you're feeling lit up about. And we know out there, certain people sell faster. And it is not, we know this already. It's not because they're more expert than you. Like, you probably know that. How many people actually get frustrated because you're like, my person out there, which there's room for everyone, but for lack of better terms, my competitor has so much less experience. Like, let's just be honest. How many people have been frustrated by that in the past year? I know I have, where I'm like, that person, I've been doing this since, had a business, been making sales online since literal 2011, when I figured out how to like publish a website and was using what's the MailChimp as my email. So what is it? Yeah, it's frustrating. This is me as a teacher. This was my last year of teaching, 2011. I literally have one picture as a teacher. So if you're here and I ever talk about my story, this is me as a teacher, and it's the one photo I literally have. And I started my business in 2011 because I didn't want to be like every other teacher out there. I didn't want to be counting down the days and the weeks and the months. I didn't want to be living for weekends. I didn't want to be living for vacation. I didn't want to be living to summer. I had watched my aunt, my godmother, who passed away very suddenly from lung cancer over 3 months. I watched her just not live a truly joyful and happy life. And I watched her give her life to a job that she didn't like. And when she passed away, I was like, that's it for me. I'm not doing this. The money doesn't actually matter. Doing something of purpose is what matters for me. So in 2011, I made the hardest phone call of my life and I quit teaching. And I cried hysterically and I never looked back because of her and because I knew that I needed something better. And I didn't have kids at that point. I had my daughter in 2012, but I knew that for my family, it had to be more than this. So this person here, like this version of me, like I did it for her and I did it for my future kids that I they weren't even a thought at this point. And then we started a food company. And the point is, every single failure, every single time we flopped, every single lesson I learned, it taught me something. And I'm so grateful because I got here because of every single, it's like the mountain of failures. Well, I stand on them now. And I've taken so many leaps over the years, and I've had so many things work that I've built so much resilience that when things don't work now, because even at this level, we still have things that don't work. Not everything we do just prints money. We work at it and we improve and we evolve. And that's why we're here. And that's what has gotten us to 38 as of this month, $100,000 plus months because of everything I did in the first 10 years of my business. And these are the photos I used to take. Like it's crazy to see the journey. And I've spent, like, we started these were our ads we used to run. Like, see how it's like a like page, 129 reactions like this. I wish this had a date on it, but it doesn't. But these were the ads we used to run back in the day when we had a food company. This is how we learned. We started here. And I put 5 years because 5 years ago, we really stopped launching. But we've been running ads since you literally could get like penny, I don't know, you got penny likes back in the day. I've been studying all of this my entire career, but that's what we have figured out is like what makes people buy, what builds communities, and how to set up your messaging so it creates a gap that people are literally like jumping into this gap to work with you. But all of this is fueled because this is what I do it for. And I was like, how many can I even put on this page? It's like too many, but you'll see like all of these wins are grounded in presence. They're grounded in being a mom. They're grounded in like being a better person. And it's a drive to help because when I'm in my power and I am doing what I was put here to do, there's a ripple effect. So we're gonna talk about this more, but again, like it is part of it is remembering why you're doing this and knowing like no matter how many people show up. I don't know if this is my next slide, but I'll go off on a little tangent for a second. But when I get to that slide, I remember back in 2018, like going to wanting to get 1,000 people signed up for a launch we were doing. And I remember that we had like hundreds, like 600 or 700 people signed up. And I remember being disappointed because we fell short of the goal. And how many people have felt like that, where you have an incredible number of people in your world and you're just focused on what you don't have? How many people have felt like that before? Oh my gosh, I wanted 1,000 people and I have 600 or 700. So instead of being happy and grateful that I'm in front of this amazing audience, I'm just going to focus on the people who aren't here or the people who haven't signed up. That's a very real thing. And I 100% get and respect that. But in 2026, that's not going to fly anymore. Being frustrated that you don't have is not going to work because it takes you out of the energy of service. 2026 is going to the people who are driven by impact, who are in their power, who are just like here to serve. So, quick intermission. Are you actually ready to have things change? Change is uncomfortable. And I'm telling you that this is possible for you. I literally see it every day. You see our Elevate clients, you see our Straight to the Top clients who are here, who are making moves, who are making waves. And things might get uncomfortable for you. And you will have to put in some work. It is available for you 1,000,000%, but you have to be willing to let go of what isn't working anymore. So if you are ready for things to change, I want you to say, like, I'm in the chat. If you are ready to get uncomfortable, growth comes with uncomfortable things. I want to always be transparent with you. I'm always going to say a bigger business, we have bigger problems, but I'm a problem solver. So I can handle it. I have the capacity to handle it. But if you are here and you think that everything is going to be smooth sailing, then we probably should go look for a desk job. There's so much possibility. I'm so thankful for being here, but I want to be radically honest with you and say you have to be ready for things to change. And so many blessings come with that. So, what do Harry Potter and Taylor Swift have in common? I don't know if Katie's still here, but I'm really like into this study of pop culture right now. I'm super into it. If you spend any time with me in person, we at our mastermind a few weeks ago, it was fun, I promise. We did a whole segment on Benson Boone and how he's completely like blown me away and like hooked me in. But I'll save the Benson Boone talk for another day inside our containers. But what do you think? What do you think Taylor Swift and Harry Potter have in common? I'm actually asking. They do something. They do something for you. And I can also add into this even like Disney, or I can add in other performers. I could even add in like we're on a huge Dancing with the Stars kick in our family. Is It Cake? Like there's so many things we could talk about. What do these things have in common? The first thing is it's a feeling. And where we're going in 2026, people buy fast because it's a feeling first. They feel a sense of belonging. They feel a sense of excitement. There's something about you, about your program, about what you do that makes people jump in. And without realizing it over the course, especially since 2021, we started Elevate, without realizing it, I was doing the same thing. And this year has been a really interesting study of me being able to kind of pull back and watch what I was doing while I was doing it. And here's the thing, like I'm very introverted. I'm very introverted. I am a wallflower. If we're at a party, I'm going to probably be in a small group talking to one or two people. I'll be the first to leave. Like I am not the center of attention type of person. So when I started this, it was never about me. It was never about Nicole. Elevated was always meant to be bigger than me. It was always actually meant to be about the people I was serving, about the people I was impacting, because I'm a firstborn. I'm not meant to be the center of attention. So how I ended up here is absolutely wild to me. But what I really was building was the buy-in. And it happened so slowly over time that I actually almost missed it. And how did it start? It started because I'm obsessed with what I do. I can't not do this. It's a pull for me. It's what I'm meant to be doing. So when you're here with me, you feel that from me. When you're in conversation or when you're in person with me, it's a pull. It's what we have created inside the Elevate community, and people can 100% feel that. And I had this aha before Known Live. Dan and I were walking around the block, and that's often when things hit me. And I was talking to Dan about my latest romantasy book, and he was like, "Well, what book are you reading?" And I was like, "I honestly don't know, but I'm on like book 4 of this series." And he was laughing at me because he's like, "You don't know the title of the book?" I was like, "No, I actually don't, and I actually don't even know." I was like, "I love it. I'm obsessed with it, but I can't even tell you the main characters in this story. And if you paid me $5 million, I couldn't tell you the last book I read either, but I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait to read every single day because I just want to jump in and I just want to be in this world." And that hit me like a ton of bricks when we had this conversation, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we're building, something that people want to immerse themselves in. And it's this feeling, it's this sense of community. And if you want sales to be easier for you in 2026, it's creating something that people want to be a part of. And it's not that you have to be Taylor Swift. But if you think about the Taylor Swift effect, or even like the Dancing with the Stars effect, it's like you're so bought in. And let me know who this is for you. Is this Taylor Swift? Is this Disney? Who is this for you, that before they even launch something new, the second you hear a sneak about it, you're in? Who is this? What is this for you? What brand? Skims does a great job with this. What brand is this for you? What's my human design? I'm manifesting generator 4-6. So what brand creates this for you? Oh, I don't even know who that is. Real Housewives, like when they launch a new Real Housewives, people are in. So really think about this. And maybe this is like an author for you. Before they drop the book, you're just like, I'm in. It's about creating something that people want to be a part of. And it is, here's the thing, it's so much simpler than you think it is. Because if I could do this starting out as a fourth grade special ed school teacher who knew nothing about building a business and who kind of accidentally stumbled into this, then you can do this too. And it's all about this demand frequency. Easier sales are going to come. And I'm saying frequency, but I'm going to ground it in strategy. We're always about both. We always give you like the tangible, but we're talking about the context here first. And this new way of sales is because we're no longer in this nurture era. People don't have time. They don't have time. They do have time for what they care about. But we no longer need to operate like people need to sit and wait and wait and wait. And this old way of these launches, of these challenges, of like, give me all these hours of content before you even tell me how you're going to fix my problem, it doesn't work anymore. Your people don't want to wait. You don't want to wait. If I have a problem and I'm so fixated on this problem, just tell me how to solve it. Just give it to me straight. And that's the part that we're missing, is like this switch from this nurture where people used to need information to buy buying decisions, to now this demand era where people don't want to wait. And you see this too, because how many things have you purchased where you're just like, yeah, I'm in, just send me the link, whether that's Amazon, whether that is a course, whether that is a product, whether that's something you see on Instagram. What was the last thing you bought when you were just like 100% in? Yeah, ready to be out of the nurture era. Yeah. But if you're ready to be out of the nurture era, you have to change your marketing and your sales systems to be out of the nurture era, because you can't still be doing the things that you used to do in the nurture era and want to come over. It's like having one foot in one year and another foot in another year. There's no going back. Once we switch over to 2025, you can't kind of hang out once we switch over to 2026, we can't hang out in 2025. And that's what a lot of people want to do. They want to hang out in the past. They want to hang out in this old version that's working, and it requires changing. But I like to think of it as like more of like a facelift as opposed to like a whole new thing. And this really, what do we do here? It's building this world of demand. It's building your world in your way. And that's the other thing, is like, I don't want anyone to be a replica of me and my business. There's elements that you might like of our business model, but it's you. Everyone's business is a fingerprint. And to think we can copy and paste exact things that other people are doing, it doesn't work. Like, my Face ID is not going to work on your phone. So we have to stop trying to use my face on your phone. It's not going to unlock. You have to use your fingerprint and your face on your phone to build your own world of demand. And honestly, that's why our clients get so much success, because we teach you how to unlock it with your own blueprint, with your own model, because that's what's important. This is not copy paste. This is not cookie cutter, because we've seen it. How many people have tried to take a template or to copy, like ethically copy, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like lifting or stealing. I'm talking about like ethically copy what other people are doing. And then you're like, it just didn't work the same for me. That old webinar template that used to work for me, it stopped working. How many people have experienced that this year? It's because it's not your ID. It's not going to unlock for you. So how is this world of demand built? It's built through storytelling because people want to feel you and understand you and really see where you're coming from and see your expertise. It's coming from obsession. They want to feel from you that you're in it, that you're in it deeply. They're obsessed with solving your problem. You have to be obsessed with solving their problem. They're obsessed with solving their problem. You have to be obsessed with solving their problem. It has to be a match. Like if you've ever taken cash conversations or been a part of our world, we talk about money magnet words all of the time. It's a magnet. If you are not in your power, if you are not obsessed, if you are not absolutely in love with what you're doing, then that's not going to create a magnet for that rich niche that is obsessed and fixated with solving their problem. It has to be a match. And then it's the messaging. It's the fixation messaging. They're fixated on something. I said this yesterday on Pre-Booked Profit. Your people are so fixated on solving their problem. They're waking up in the middle of the night. They're thinking about it when they wake up in the morning. They're thinking about it before they go to bed. They're texting their group chat about it. They're asking ChatGPT to solve their problems. They're fixated on it. Your messaging has to literally match what's in the group chat. Your messaging has to be so specific around what they are obsessed with that they're saying, oh my gosh, it's me. The best thing when Carolyn said before, I already had it in the slide, but I said there's nothing worse than working so hard for every single sale. Carolyn said that before I had written that already. That's because I'm obsessed with this and because I know you so well that I literally write what you're writing in my chat and I wrote it before it happened. Like that's what happens when you are obsessed with what you're doing and you're a match for your perfect people. So it's giving people a place they want to be and a feeling that lets them, it like creates that vacuum of them wanting to jump in to work with you. And that is the whole point. Demand, this world of demand, it makes you the only logical choice. And that decision becomes so obvious that they can't help but to see you as the one for them. But again, you can't be between these both, this old world and this new world, where you're in this nurture era, where you're selling like this old way, you're doing all these old webinars, challenges, launches, all of these things that are like just taking so long. And to be honest, a lot of the time, they're just really bland and boring. And people don't want to sit through them. So you're losing people because you're still in this nurture era when it's time to switch over to the demand era. So what does it look like for you to build your world of demand? And we're going to show you like how you can start where you are right now, because again, it's not about building Taylor Swift size businesses. Remember, I said this is like your own custom Face ID. This is unlocking where you are, where you're at right now, where every time you sell and promote yourself, it's building demand. It's actually building trust. It's not taking away from it. Again, that old nurture era used to be like, well, if you sell all the time, that's like spammy. Like you shouldn't be selling all the time because that's taking away. Where now it's like, if you're not selling all the time, it's weird. If I go to your page and I don't see how to buy from you and I don't see what you're buying, I'm going to literally think you're not in business. If I went to Hermes today and they had literally like nothing for me, not one thing for sale, I would be like, that's weird. You're not in business. Or any store in the mall. You don't walk into any store with nothing, literally nothing for sale. So this new way of building demand is having a way to help people 24/7. It's letting them walk into solving their problems. And if you don't do that, they're walking into the next store and getting help. And the effect of this is an audience of buyers that grows. It's clients who want to be a part of something. I was on Instagram yesterday and I saw one of our clients wearing an Elevated sweatshirt in her reel. And I was like, that to me is the coolest thing. I will never not be excited by seeing that. She was talking about her business. It had nothing to do with Elevated. She was promoting her business in an Elevated sweatshirt. That to me is world building. When I see you in the hats or the socks or whatever that is, and you're just like living your life, it was something you intentionally put on. That's world building. And that to me, I'm like, that's why we do this. That is why we do this, because it gives people a sense of belonging. And you can have that too, no matter where you are. It's a program and a business that is its own world that builds on each other. And when you do this, your content, I know how many people here have such a big vision for their content where you're just like, right now, my content doesn't match the level that I know I can be at. And it's figuring out, how do you create content that has people jumping in and excited to work with you? And this is the most important part for me, because I know you're such high achievers and I am too. And I still get caught up in this, that I want you to feel successful right now. I want you to feel and know that you're doing this right, that there's no way you can mess this up, because everything you're doing is leading you down the road to getting closer to your goal. I want you to feel your confidence grow. I want you to feel your power grow as a leader every single month. And I want you to know that it's working out the way you want it to. And if there's one thing that you can take from this, whether you ever work with us or not, when you switch out of this nurture era into the demand era, you'll know that this is working, because there's no other option. And that to me is really important, because so many people, so many times I sit in front of women, and this have been probably my biggest growth point this year, of just like knowing I'm successful now. Like I don't need anything else. I am successful. I have 3 kids, 3 happy, healthy kids in my house. I have a husband I get to work with. I have you sitting in front of me that I get to share this with. That is success. And I know you have a piece of that. So the fact that we walk around sometimes so hard on ourselves is just what I want you to like release the pressure from, and really step into this idea. I am doing it right, and I am successful. So how do we create this? How does this actually go down? What I want to do and Elevate, I know you're going to be really excited about this, because I haven't talked about this, but we've been testing this, and we're going to bring this into Elevate in January, February, and March, but we're going to start January 5th, where the whole idea is we're going to sell out our group programs every month, but we are going to put this into 1 week. So the whole idea is we sell out and we get more sales in 1 week than we would if we were working the entire month. So what we're doing inside Elevate is, for 1 week, we're going to do a bigger promotion. It's going to take about 30 to 60 minutes a day. And yes, we will tell you what to do. And then for 2 weeks of the month, we're going to do these like mini promotions, which will take 30 minutes a day. And then every single week, we're taking 1 week off from promotions to give us breathing room. So the entire idea is that every time we sell, we're creating demand, but then we get to kind of go for 1 week a month and give ourselves the break that we need. Because what I see is, when we're operating in this 24/7 model, first of all, as women, which a lot of us are here, it's hard to go all the time. And I know for me, taking 1 week off from selling has really been beneficial, but it has to be more than these launch promotions where you're only selling once every 3 or 4 months. So we're going to take this, we're going to do one bigger promotion, 1 week a month, 2 weeks mini promotions, 1 week off, and bonus, you get to take Fridays off if you choose as well. And the whole purpose of this is that demand builds slowly and steadily, and your sales stop feeling random. But the whole point of this is, this only works is if you are doing this because you are obsessed, because you have this bigger pull, because you're doing this for a reason. So I'm going to walk you, Dan's actually going to walk you through where to start with this, because I want to show you how you can start with your world, no matter where it is, where your people want to come into your world, where trust is instant and buying actually feels obvious. 2026 is going to reward people who are building this demand, who are stepping into their demand era, the people who are connected to their mission of service and who are obsessed. Is that obsessed? Is that spelled right? I don't know if that's spelled right, but you know what I mean. The people who are obsessed with what they do. And growing world beats complicated funnels anytime. I will be talking, you heard it here first. I'll be talking about this all through 2026. Building worlds beats funnels, beats complication, beats all the exhausting things we've done in the past. And there's a compound effect here. And this is built on obsession. It's built on storytelling. It's built on instant demand messaging. And this is how demand expands and sales get easier. So Dan, do you want to take over the screen? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I moved the information to my iPad so I could just kind of make some notes as we go through this. So I will take over the share and we will get into walking through exactly how we do this. So I'm just going to share my screen. Great. And looks like everyone can see this. So what we always want to do is we want to really correct the order of operations and show you how you can start now and then grow this. And so where we always start is we want to start in the middle and we want to start with your current audience. And why this is important is because everyone here has someone. So you either have existing clients, you have an Instagram following, you have an email list, you have someone who is already following you. And one of the things that people forget about is they forget about these people. And I speak to so many people every single day, week, month, who are like, hey, this is good in my business, this is bad in my business. I immediately need a new audience. Immediately need to grow an audience. And we're always saying to people, slow down. We have to work with what we have first. The reason we do this is because we want you to make cash quickly. And the fastest way to make faster cash is with your existing audience. There's the other piece of this, and this is actually where we start zooming out a little bit, is we also have to learn what our messaging is. And so what we need to develop is we need to develop clarity. And the purpose of this is and I've been doing these obsession audits and it's like so repetitive. It's the same thing every time. Is every person who I've done an obsession audit with, it's close, but you all are talking about what you want and not what your people want. And when we need to build demand, we need to have clarity and we need to have an understanding of what our people want so that we can name the real problem. So many people are saying, oh, I sell coaching, I sell masterminds, I sell this. None of us are selling that. We're all selling results. And so what the problem is the results that we're talking about are not in alignment with the results our people want. And so when we are looking to grow, the first piece of growth comes from clarity. And so once we have that, we can tell intentional stories. We can position our offer. We can message our offer so that the offer becomes obvious. And this clarity creates a pull. And this is the beginning of building demand, is just being clear on what we have and what we want to do with our people. The next piece of this is we need an activation. And this is actually where we start getting sales every single week, because demand is built by selling. It is not built by waiting. And if you can sell every single week, you understand who your buyers are. You see what they respond to, and you refine based on sales, not likes. Metrics are important, and what you measure matters. If you're just measuring engagement, the only thing you're going to grow is engagement. We set the bar higher with our clients. We want consistent weekly sales. Once we get weekly sales, we're going to daily sales. We're always trying to scale this up. But these feedback loops are incredibly important, and most people are missing out on this. We need sales to create demand, and then this demand creates our visibility. From here, this is where we actually start to expand. And this is where we go into world building. This is the every month building demand. We have a focused promotion. We have a clear selling window. We have those moments that grow your world, that we are actually expanding. Because when we are expanding now, we're expanding from a place of power. We know our offer. We have clarity around that. We have clarity around our perfect person. We know how to activate them and get them to buy. Too many people are skipping the steps or putting the steps in the wrong order. Most people want to immediately go out and grow the world before they even understand the world they're living in right now. And so, where this goes to is you no longer are selling offers. You're building a world of people that they want to enter. They want to see what you're doing. They want to be around you. And this is how we get your group programs to sell out again and again. And the other piece of this is when we build worlds, we never have to worry about convincing again. We're not convincing people to sign up. We're not using fake fake deadlines, fake urgency, fake scarcity. It's all built around reality of what people are actually using, and it's all real. And so this is where it starts. And the beauty is we don't have to rebuild anything. Like Nicole said earlier, this is just improving what you already have and applying it in a different way. So we get more immediate results and we understand the lessons of what's working and what is not working. And then we get to build on that so you get more sales and more consistent sales. I saw some comments in the chat, but I didn't read them. Any questions on this?
Well,
Okay.
Why don't we keep going, and then, because we're almost done. We're almost
okay.
done. All right, can I have the screen back?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so this is what Dan just walked you through. And my most important thing that I want you, let me just get back to presenting, that I want you to know is, like Dan said, this starts where you are right now. And a lot of what Dan and I recorded a podcast earlier, and I said the reason why we have so much success is because it's like if you've ever heard us talk about rich niche, let me know in the chat if you've heard us talk about rich niche. I'm so focused on you. Like, you are our rich niche if you are sitting here. So if we're talking about fishing, which I've never done, I probably will never do in my whole life, when I'm casting a net, I'm going where my rich niche is. So at first, I'm just trying to get the smallest, like, little group of fish, and then I'm going to cast a wider net. But I only want my rich niche fish in here. And what a lot of people do as they grow and as they get bigger, instead of just getting the fish, they're trying to get the dolphins, they're trying to get the whales, they're trying to get all these different species of fish instead of just their rich niche. And that's why things continue to work less and less. But all I'm doing is I'm just trying over and over again to cast my net to get my rich niche. I'll come with a bigger net only once I've mastered fishing with the smaller net. You don't earn the right to get a bigger net until you've figured out that rich niche. And that's a huge mistake. Let me just spend more on ads. I'm just going to go cast a bigger net. And you know what? If I can get 5, I can get 500. All I have to do is just spend more or go bigger. That's not the way it actually works anymore. And if you have done anything this year where you've just been like, let me just do more of this, let me spend more, let me put more time into it, and it hasn't worked, that's why. Because you're coming with the bigger net, but you're not just trying to get the fish, you're trying to get everything in the ocean. And that's not working anymore. So it's starting with where you are at and cleaning it up and moving into this demand era and knowing, like, this is my moment to build a world that your people want to say yes to. So that's your opportunity right now. And that's what if you're in Elevate, if you're in Straight to the Top, then you're already here. You're already doing this with us. There's nothing else you need to do, because I know we're going to get messages. I know Jess is going to be like, give this to me, or like, tell me how to buy this. You don't need to buy anything else if you are already in Elevate, VIP, Straight to the Top, all the things. This is what we're doing for 12 weeks starting January 5th. January 5th, we literally have a kickoff event for this. It's 2 days, January 5th and 6th. We're going to be starting to build this world of demand where you're at. For new people, because I know I have a lot of our clients on here, we only have 10 spots. And the reason why is because you literally get a one-to-one call. You literally get one-to-one calls with this. So we only have a certain amount of capacity before Dan starts to combust and break down. And this year, we've really learned about Dan's capacity and decided, hey, we have to limit this because Dan can't be on calls all day, every day. He's needed in other areas. So we literally only have 10 spots of this. We're working closely with 10 people. The whole goal is consistent demand, sell out your group program in 3 weeks a month, all year long. If you want the doc with the info, we will put it in the chat. It has basically everything you need to know. Dan, if you have that link, can you just drop it? But here's the rhythm: 1 week a month, one larger promotion, 2 weeks per month, mini promotions, 1 week off per month, every Friday off if you choose. I like to take Friday as a half day because we meet as a team on Friday mornings. Demand, it's going to build slowly and steadily. My whole purpose is by month one. By the end of month one, you're going to see your demand building up. By month two, more. By month three, more. Your group program is sold out. Your energy for your business comes back. And that's just what we're doing in January. So 60 days leads and sales, casting that small net for your rich niche. Phase 2, audience growth, scale up sales. We will tell you literally what to do every week and every day. This is your Face ID. This is not copy paste, but we will be there to help you unlock your Face ID every step of the way. But what I'm not going to do is say, like, I'm going to give you guidelines, but you have to make it work, but we'll be there to support you, because the cookie cutter, it just isn't working anymore. And that is like old news. So after you sign up one-to-one, you get a one-to-one demand game plan. Start with a private one-to-one session to map out 2026. This is what we do with our clients. We have built 38 consecutive 100K plus months using this approach. We've helped hundreds of clients sell out their group program while living a present, happy, grounded life. The room is small because it's custom. Like that's it. It's not have 500 people in a Zoom room. That's not what we're about. It's about custom work. We would love to do this work with you because we're passionate about it. We're dedicated to it. We are obsessed with it. So we have a crazy, Dan loves to make a crazy offer. So he was like, can I do this? And I was like, okay, I guess we can do this. But literally, like, Dan, do you want to say what it is? Because I think it's like so crazy. Sometimes we have to put the reins on him and be like, no, you actually can't do this. But okay, go ahead. I know you're probably chomping.
Yeah, so the idea is we're going to work for 12 weeks together starting January 5th. It's $10,000 for those 12 weeks. It's 3 months of support. We're including 3 one-to-one calls. What we're doing right now is Nicole said that we were going to do $1,000 down. And I said, let's get a little crazier. So we're going to do $500 down and you get immediate access. So you get the rest of the year as a bonus. And then that $500 becomes applied to the $9,500 if you pay it off January 5th, or we're going to do a payment plan starting January 5th. The other bonus that we're doing is we're doing those 3 one-to-one calls during over your 12 weeks. So this is where Nicole was mentioning, we don't believe in cookie cutter. We are going to customize and optimize this to you. And this is also how we get such amazing results with our clients is we are expecting sales within the first 7 days. If you are not getting sales, we can make some adjustments. We can make those changes in real time. And you're not waiting 30, 60 days to be like, oh, I have to do this differently. I have to change this. We're working with you alongside you as you're going through this. And this is why this offer is so crazy is we expect you to make your money back within the first 30 to 60 days. And then obviously our goal is to keep you around as long as possible. So I know there's a lot of long-term clients in here. They love when we have these conversations, but our job is to get you in, show you our results, and our results are cash. We're not measuring Instagram growth. We're not judging email growth. We are focused on getting more cash in the door and more sales.
And Michelle asked, do you have to have a group program to join? So no, you don't have to have a group program, but you do have to have obviously like something to sell. So if you want to say what you have, then we can tell you if it's a fit. Usually like if you have a physical product, then while we have helped people with physical products, it's usually not 100% the best fit. MLM's not the best fit for this. But yeah, we have people who have memberships, sell one-to-one, masterminds, any type of
And
basically.
if you are currently selling a one-to-one offer, that works as well. But what we would love to do is get your one-to-ones filled up and then help you build a group program. So that is part of what we do inside Elevate is we make sure that we're always focused on scaling up your offers. So we meet you where you are and want to develop the cash flow with that right now. And then we will also help you scale from that as well.
Okay. Anyone have any questions about this? And Michelle, if you want to apply, then you can apply and then we can have a quick combo about it also and see.
Julie, yeah. So we have a number of low ticket products. Like Nicole mentioned, Hooked is a great option to start. But I mean, keep in mind, our whole purpose is to get you sales immediately. So we are immediately starting to work with you to get sales. The $500 down is kind of ridiculous in our neck of the woods because we are so focused on those results. So if you can scrape together those $500, we can get you in and start getting those sales almost immediately. That is our focus. So the whole focus of the program is to get those sales building up.
Any questions at all? And there's the page for Hooked if you want to grab that as well. All right, Dan, you have any questions you want to talk through?
No, I really would love to hear. If you do not have a question, I would love to see a takeaway in the chat. What is something that you've taken away from this training? We would really love to see that in the chat. Krista, the resident plant, Krista made 18,000 within 1 or 2 weeks of joining Elevate. We actually have that on video, so that there's video proof of that. I love it. Thank you, Krista. Can you say more about the activities or sales or leads for the 30 to 60 minutes? Is it writing, creating, and sales combined? So, Carolyn, this is really where we're meeting you where you are and we're building it step by step. So the 30 to 60 minutes a day that we're working on marketing sales, it's going to change throughout the course of the weeks. It is going to mirror those circles that we mentioned, is that we're first going to start with your existing audience and getting those people talking back and buying right away. And then we are going to expand that audience by learning from those people. And then we're going to go out and say, okay, what can we do to broaden this circle slightly to go out to a slightly larger audience and still to get sales? The other thing that we will say is we are not going to push you through things until we see the results. So we are going to analyze things and take things step by step. And that's where those one-to-one calls are so important, is because we are optimizing and customizing it to you. So I know enough about your business that we would exactly have a focus, but we take it step by step. So we would start with your existing audience, get those sales rolling in, and then start to grow that messaging and positioning so we can go attract a larger audience. And then we would start scaling up your lead system so we could get into more people, or get into a larger, get access to more people, and then keep selling. Oh, thank you, Shay. That's awesome. Oh my God, these Elevate people are amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Well, you got to read it for the replay.
Oh, okay. I highly recommend Elevate. Helped me pull $100,000 out of my list I thought was dead. Seriously, I didn't add one single email subscriber. This is the stuff that we love because almost every single person who comes into Elevate has some complaint about their audience. My list is dead. My list is crickets. I need to pivot. I need to burn down my email list. Should I close my Instagram account, start a new Instagram account? Do not do any of that. Just join Elevate. We'll make the money back with your existing audience. So this is really, really serious, is that so many times we are coming up with, I think great ideas and they really work well for people, but the bigger impact we have is saving you from making the wrong decision. And if you're considering doing something drastic, like switching an Instagram account, starting a new Instagram account, burning down your business, like these are decisions that are very hard to get back from. So we really want you to get into Elevate so you can get that support so we can start breaking down exactly what to work on and come up with that custom plan for everyone. Julie, I'm speaking to you. See, we do know a rich niche. This is exactly it. Jennifer, I love this program. Been here for a year and it's been a huge help for my business, my personal growth and confidence. Oh, awesome. Awesome.
And that's the thing is like, you don't need the drastic things. We're not into let me just burn it all down. It's like, let's just give it a little glow up. Like it's not, it's so much closer than you actually think when you know the right things to do. And you're just teetering between this old nurture era and the demand era. And we just need to get you to the other side. And we do this all the time. Like we literally do this every single day. We have an entire team to help and support you, lead you through. And honestly, like you see, we just invite our clients to come. We don't really tell them any. We're just like, hey, come. And you could see, you can see like the amazing results they have. So you'd be crazy not to join us, is what I say. And
And so the $500 offer, the $500 down is disappearing tomorrow. So you have tonight to think about it. We don't believe in high pressure sales, but this is only a limited time offer to get the $500 down. By tomorrow evening, we are going to raise this back to $1,000 down. So if you truly want to get in at the lowest price and start getting those sales
and you get
by
access
Friday,
when
yes,
you put down the deposit. So we're starting January 5th, but it's December, I don't know what date it is,
the
17th.
17th.
You get access. So you basically get 2 weeks for free to start going through everything. And Mel said, what if I have offers, but nothing has really worked yet? I haven't had much success, so I'd possibly need to start fresh. 99.9% of the time, it's not about changing the offer. It's about changing the positioning of the offer. It's like most of you have these really beautiful gifts. You just need to upgrade the wrapping paper. It's kind of like the white elephant present where you're like, I know if you buy the best white elephant present in the room and you're just like, but you just threw it in a bag and you didn't really make it look pretty. So most people are like, I'm not going for that one. Most of you have these like Chanel gifts and you have like Walmart wrapping paper. We literally you just need the Chanel wrapping paper to match the Chanel gift inside. You need the outside eye to look at it and to help you reposition it, but it's not about changing the gift of what's inside. It's just about upgrading that wrapping paper to match what you already have. And yes, you get access to the whole thing when you enroll. It's like it's really kind of crazy. You are great. Jennifer Brand, thank you. You're crazy if you don't join. This is a great deal. All right. Thank you so much. This was so fun. I honestly think this was like the best training of the year. So thank you so much for being here. All right. Anything else to say?
No, I'm good. This was awesome. This was so fun. Thank you. This is really important that you guys invested your time to be with us. We take that extremely seriously. And we think this message is extremely important. There have been so many people that we've spoken to, especially over the last 3 and 4 months, that 2025 was a shit show. And so we really want to provide that strategy that is going to get you back on pace, to give you that confidence that you know your business can work. The only thing that we need you to do is get your clients results. We will show you how to do everything else. And that's why we only work with experts. If you can get your people results, we will get you the right people. We will get you the sales. We will show you how to position and message your offer. And then we will also show you how to scale it up. So Mel, the entire price of the program is $10,000 over the 3 months. The $500 deposit is good for till tomorrow. And then you can either make the remaining $9,500 payment by January 5th or start a payment plan. Perfect. Awesome, everyone. Well, thank you so much. Nicole, anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I'm in the full dark. So I think it's time for me to go.
All right. Thank you, everyone.